All right, so we're back on the leveling series on the White Mage. We left it off at level 20. I had a question on Reddit about what is the Steve Stickman that you have following you around. So you go to shop, go to clothing, click companions, and then here you can pick different companions to follow you around. And they should be picking up gold and small items and stuff like that for you as you travel. You can buy the other ones, I believe, on the Steam store. I haven't purchased them. But this is what the Steve Stickman is that I have following me around. All right. So let's see how far we can get today. Our goal is to get to level 40 or even higher. I'm going to try to be doing. Oh, there was another comment about the difficulty. So the way the game works is you can only go normal, nightmare, hell, and inferno. And in order for you to unlock the other difficulties, you have to complete the previous one up to Act 6. And once you do that, you can exit the game, start a new game in a higher difficulty. So you're forced to go normal when you start. I do select difficulty 5 at the beginning because the 10% magic find, 10% experience gain is pretty big while leveling, and the mobs really don't hit that hard. But if you find yourself having a tough challenge leveling, then just keep this at 1, or pick a setting that suits you. I go to 5 because I don't really think it's an issue for now. Obviously, later on when we get into Hell or Inferno, we'll tone this down so we can have efficient clears. Okay? So, last we left it off, we had finished Act 1 on our way to Act 2. So, let's go to Act 2 right now. Okay, so we're back. So, in order to get to Act 2, each time you complete a new act, we have to exit the map on the right. So you find the portal here on the right side of the map, and each act is like that. And we exit here. This playthrough here, this time around, we're going to try to get to level 40. But let me go into the options here together with you guys. I have Magic Find is 0. I do want auto pickup. I don't want to get blues anymore because I think I already outgeared that. So we'll just go for rares and up. Actually, legendaries and up. Yeah, so we'll change that. You don't have to, but I'm doing it so I don't have so many items in my bags. And we'll go with that. The music's a little high. Okay. Alright, so let's pull up the map. Remember, we do want to keep picking up mining nodes as you level. That way you don't have to backtrack after. And I'll show you here why it's important to do that. So you have a mining level, right? With 75 out of 10,000. Your mining skill level. Copper ore requires 0 mining. Iron ore requires 100. Golden ore requires 250 mining. Ruby ore requires 500 mining. Jade ore requires 1,000 mining and has a 1% chance per 1,000 points to drop. So that's why you want to keep picking up nodes, because once you reach 1,000 mining, picking up jade ores is extremely valuable for endgame. Okay, the ore. It allows you to do so much stuff to optimize your character and also buy, reroll tokens, etc. And the higher you get it, the more chances you have of spawning jade. I forgot the name of the currency. Where is it? We don't have it here, but it's like jade rubies. They'll spawn from the nodes. And the higher you have your mining skill, the higher chances you have of spawning them once you hit the ruby ore. So the auto attack on the white mage with the curse is really strong, like we discovered. So there it is, level 21. So while we're leveling, oh, there's the checkpoint. I'm going to go for it. Definitely auto attack's the way to go. I mean, you're not going to be held back by mana or by anything else, really. Sorry about that. I had to adjust something here. So yeah, I can see the white mage being really strong for level, because I remember season 11 and even season 7 leveling the white mage at a certain point, especially after you get Dark Oath, like you have no mana and you can't cast anything, you can't do anything. So what Silver Dagger is good. When it comes to relics while leveling, I wouldn't worry about, you know, being real too picky about it, because you're going to die. And once you die, you're going to lose all your relics. So I would just grab anything for now and not worry about it. But to be optimal, if you want it, you want to pick up any relics that has energy, that has magic, that has flat out stats. You know, the 2 times always important. Amazon spares, the metal detector. I'll show you guys as we come across them. But you don't have to be too picky, because chances are you're going to die. Like, I play really aggressive, so I die a lot. And it's really not that important while leveling. Yes, it can give you a pretty significant edge. So we picked up this quest before on another map. This one here is to find the guitar again. Oh, so the guitar is actually here. So this one wasn't that bad. So I picked it up, it was here, we'll complete it. But if it was like out of the way, oh, the Book of Belial is huge. Because, oh, it's not telling you what it does. It's supposed to be 25% damage. So if you look at Burst of Light's 135, you proc Book of Belial. Is it not fixed? 368. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so the damage here goes up. So when you proc Book of Belial from 295, you go to 368. It's 25% more damage. On the book, unless they change the number, but you definitely want to grab that while leveling. Alright, now we're at the Chilling Lake. Checkpoint right down here, ready? Sometimes I like playing with my map open. You know, sometimes I keep it closed because too much clutter. Whatever works for you guys. I keep it open sometimes like this to allow me to see the map more. See, the exit's right there, but I already have gotten the waypoint. So I'm going ahead and gonna go to the next stage. But since I completed the Save the Relics quest, I'm gonna drop a portal, go back to town, turn that in. Just in case I pick up another quest for this act, I can complete it while I'm here. And there is another quest here. So we gotta interrupt 6 portals. So now you go back. Once we level again, we'll select the we'll apply our talent points. So you see I picked up that quest and I already closed 2 portals that was there as soon as I came back. So that's why it's important to do that, so you don't have to keep backtracking later. And the good thing about mining, it's across all of your characters in the season. So you don't have to do mining on each specific character. Actually, I take that back. My memory is fading me. I'll have to double check that. I think it is across your characters. You won't have to do it again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, because it's account-wide. I like how he did the new trap, the ground effects that are deadly. It's easier, way easier to see now. So while leveling, you can pretty much hold right mouse button for my burst of light, and number 2 is the exit there. Here's the portal. Still gotta close the 3 more portals before we move on. And there's a quest here, we'll pick it up. So Yeah, this quest is good. You just gotta defend against an ambush. Easy experience, a lot of mobs. This helps you level faster. I wish you would delay the time on the mining a little bit because you can barely see it. It's like a little too fast, but each node you break, you get +1 mining, if you guys can see that. +1 mining, you see it? Alright, I said I was going to put on the talent point after I gain that next level, but looks like we'll do it after we clear this. Because we're leveling pretty fast. There's supposed to be a mine up right there. It's like behind the tree. Let's kill this boss and then we'll do the town point. So as soon as the boss spawns, I'm popping Book of Belial. Spamming my 2. Boom. Boss dead. Deaded.
Burn! Burn in the heavens fires!
I'm not going to pick up the barbed shield. Actually, I will. So we're gonna place a portal. You don't want to be doing talents either because these traps, they do a fixed health damage and they do a lot of damage to you, so you don't want to be there. We'll go back to town, turn in the quests. I'm not gonna pick up the pet. Not gonna do anything for me. So Grim Reaper's Slain is the last boss of this act. So we're gonna go and kill him. So that's the last quest in this town for this act. So you don't have to worry about any more quests. So we want to keep up in Fanatism Aura. So that way we proc the curse much faster, remember? I'm gonna go back on the video. Wasn't it at 600 magic damage? So that was probably a bug already. And now it's 230. Yeah, because 600 was supposed to be the max. But I don't know if there was any. There wasn't any updates though. Anyways, we'll dump all the points in Fanatism for the 30%. And we'll keep going. I guess people doesn't have the Mercenary. He really doesn't do much for you while leveling. You'll see as you're getting higher. As you get higher difficulty, he'll be dead most of the time. Unless they did something to him this season that I'm not aware of. But don't let this distract you. But to switch to your Mercenary, you press tab. And Mercenaries, the way you get them is you go to Act 1. I'll show you now since we're already talking about it. You come to this NPC here, and then for 10,000 rubies you can buy the ranged or melee mercenary, and rubies will be the red currency that you have during the season. I do not recommend doing this early on. Like I said, the mercenary and the ranger is not going to do anything for you starting out. You know, but later when you get into Inferno, do it. At the beginning, I would use the currency to buy you some, you know, cheap red satanics on the auction house. I would do that first to help you level up. Looks like that's the only item on the auction house here, which is this one-handed gun that requires level 45. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's something we can get into later. But obviously you want to keep checking the auction house as you're leveling and buy like 2,000 to 3,000 ruby items, satanics reds. That's going to help you get an easy entry into Inferno. But for now, you know, don't spend your rubies on that. Don't do anything with it yet. So it looks like there's something interrupting the cast. I know he changed how that worked. So if I'm auto attacking, it's pretty fast. Dead. From casting. Yeah, it's also attacking pretty fast. It's still working, okay. I thought like one action would, I thought it was prevented, a action was preventing the auto attacks, but it's not really much of a difference. So I got the devil statue there. You see I got the 40% attack speed. That's pretty good. Sometimes you do get really positive buffs. Sometimes it can be bad buffs. So you want to be careful with that until you get the relic. That's going to help you no matter what happens. You'll always get a positive buff from the statues with the mask. I believe it's the devil's mask. I don't have it yet. It's one of the most powerful relics in the game. I love these angel cities here because you always get double angels positive buff, 25 attack speed, 15% attack speed there. I mean 15% speed and 25% attack speed. There's the exit, but I want to find the checkpoint in the event I want to come back here after and farm for currency, for mining nodes. I can travel across all of the zones. So this quest is to kill an ancient monster slain. Looks like he already died just from the burst of light. Really fun playing the mage. You just go through and blow up everything while leveling. You can pretty much stay a safe distance from the mob so you don't get meleeed, you get one shot. And the 2x relic, which is what allows us to have the burst of light, like almost be screen wide. Really good. So that gave us level 14. So since I'm going to be dumping it into, actually, now we reach the next threshold, level 24, where we can put in a talent point somewhere else. So let's see what we're going to do here with it. So now we unlock Benediction and we unlock Soul Spurn. Soul Spurn steals the souls from targets, dealing heavy damage. A portion of the damage done gets applied to you as a shield. So that's pretty good survivability. I've always liked Soul Spurn. Then you have Benediction, which is a passive. A portion of your overflow healing gets added to your next offensive spell cast as damage. So that's 10% magic damage right there. This is actually pretty good because now I'll be able to heal. And then when I overheal, Benediction, whatever I overheal I get, it will proc Benediction, which then my next burst of light's gonna hit for a lot harder. So we'll take it here because this is really good for the white mage. And we're definitely gonna take Chain Lightning after, but we'll get into that later. We don't have points to put in that now. So when I heal, I have a plus 327 Benediction. And it stacks, right? Now it's 654. It's 981. So it caps out at 3, as you can see, in the last 5 seconds. So the next attack that I do is going to hit for 981. I'm only dealing 311 damage. So having Benediction pretty much triple my damage is really powerful. And you don't have to worry about too much about playing around with it. Like you don't have to, I have to, heal first, stack it 3 times, then burst. You don't have to get, crazy like that at the beginning. We will after when we get into orbs. But watch, just to show you guys, I'll stack it here to 3 times. Jump in the middle of the pack right now, or it's just those guys. And then, one-shot them. Let's go into the ancient city so we can level. And just double check. Yeah, so even your auto attacks which is proccing the curse, eats up your benediction damage buff increase, which is fine because you're just dealing more. Because look, because one stack of benediction, right? It's 327 damage. That's double the damage you're dealing already. So you don't have to worry about building it up to two or three stacks. Just keep auto attacking and keep spamming heals now, because you're going to be dealing 600 damage per attack as opposed to the 300 you were doing. That is why it's very important to get that talent at 24 with the heal, so that way it synergizes and you deal massive damage. You can see these elites now are having a lot more health. But yeah, I'm glad we took that talent. This guy has a lot of health, that boss. So the way the game works also, if you guys didn't know, any elite enemy like this, guys with the skull, or the elite that has the wings. So these are bosses, and there's the elite there with the wings. Any of these guys have a chance to drop a red in higher difficulties, obviously. They have introduced leveling satanics that we'll get as well while leveling, so they can drop in lower difficulties. But in the higher difficulties, you always want to kill those guys. You always want to look at the mini-map, kill the skulls, or the big black dots there, and kill the elites to have a chance at getting reds. So this is a completely brand new dungeon, Ancient City. The first time I'm doing it as well. I like the layout on it. So it's pretty linear. I mean, you go around, click the switches, then you have an exit door here. And as you're leveling, you always want to hit these up. It's free experience, free chances at loot. And you guys may be asking, well, you know, Mackie, you're already level 26 now. You put in your talents. Well, you have 2 talent points you put in. Blah, blah, blah. But you haven't done any item management yet. So, oh my God, I'm probably going to die here. I really don't do item management. I did it at the beginning with you guys early because we just started leveling. We had no gear. But my gear is pretty strong right now. And if you're going to sit there every level, you know, or every 5 levels, whatever, and keep doing item management, you're going to slow yourself down while leveling in the season. You don't want to do that. So what I typically do, I think I mentioned it in the earlier video, is you want to always do item management and all of that in town after you clear an act. Because then you move into the next act really strong, really powerful. And all you do is just clear the next, 6 stages. And not worry about item, management during the middle of a map. Because chances are if you're doing item management in the middle of a map, you're going to die anyways. You know? But I'll show you guys. So this is all about being efficient. So I don't know if the path is on the top left. I don't think it is. It's not. So I want to clear it all. Yeah, the thing with these dungeons, you always want to clear the whole thing. You never want to leave an area uncleared. Because as you do higher difficulties, with all these elites they'll have in here, it's higher chances of you getting red drops. Look at that burst of light, man. Really cool. Oh no! So the guys are actually starting to hit a lot harder now. So probably doing some item management here. Like, if you guys are getting hit that hard like I just did, items with more health, etc., is ideal, so that way you don't lose your relic. I'm going to push it and play a little safe, I hope. But, it doesn't hurt to take a minute, go back to town, do item management so you don't die and lose your relics, and continue on. It's really up to you. Me, when you guys see me streaming the game and playing it during the season, I don't mind it as much. I'm aggressive. I go. If I die, get back up and go again. Unless we're getting ready to do wormhole pushes and all that. And even on wormhole pushes, I'll be honest, yeah, 90% of my wormhole pushes is without it's without relic. Whoa, this trash just rushed immediately here. 15% speed. So I'm actually gonna go, because it's taking a little bit to kill the trash. I'm gonna go back to the previous map. Uh-oh. It put me back to here instead of the ancient tundra. Arctic tundra. Why? I hope it puts me back in the dungeon. That's certainly a bug. Yikes. Where was the dungeon? Was it on the next map? Or was it up here? I think it was on the next map, right? Yeah, that's definitely a desync bug. So I'll report that on Hero Siege Discord. Let me find the dungeon again though. It should show it as an X on the map, and I don't see it. So we just keep going ahead to try to find it again. Now I'm like focused just on that. There it is. Okay, so it's here. So before I go back in there though, because those mobs are taking a little bit longer to kill, let's go to our talent points. So chain lightning. Whenever you heal yourself or an ally, you unleash a chain of lightning into the nearest enemy. Proc chance is 100%, so always proc. It deals 300 magic damage. So you definitely want to point on this, because this is going to allow you to do massive AoE damage on big trash packs. Okay. Now we can't put point into healing zone and the other talents till we're 36, which is fine. But we definitely want to look at these other talent trees here. So Soul Spurn we know will give us and it's an active, an absorb shield so we don't die, which I might put a point into it. Because if you look, I have a free action available. We only have 3 skills. This is double burst of light, which I don't need that there. So the next talent I can get is Martyr. Upon killing an enemy, it has a chance to explode, dealing damage and applying curse to nearby enemies. So this is going to synergize really well with the auto attack and the curse, because automatically it has a 38% chance to proc curse on enemies. It has a chance for the mob to explode, dealing damage and applying curse to nearby enemies. So we'll definitely put a point in Soul Spurn, and we'll put a point in Martyr. So we just gained a massive amounts of AoE damage with the White Mage right now. We got the healing proc and benediction, doubling our damage, proc and chain lightning next to the mobs when we heal as well. And also Soul Spurn, which will give us an absorb shield as well, huge survivability, and explosions that'll apply curse as well. And then if the enemy is cursed, they also explode when they take damage. So this and this is just going to be crazy. Alright. Let me do one thing here. Okay. Getting some notifications I didn't want to get or hear. So I'm turning that off there. Okay. Alright, so let's see how this works now. Did I ever tell you guys I really don't like the jumping as much in this game? I'm not that good at it. So to avoid issues, I'm going to put the portal here and go back in because I really want to clear the cave. So this is an issue we had back in season 11, right at the start of the season, where each time you zone into a dungeon, if you try to zone back out of that dungeon through the same way, you get desynced and get portal back to town. So I'll report that later, so that way we keep going here with the video. But that's something hopefully they fix, and they will. It was pretty bad on some of the dungeons early on, and they fixed it. Like sometimes you would even you would use the portal, well, you would zone into the dungeon and the portals wouldn't exist. So yeah. So anyways, okay, we're back here now. So now that we have these new talents, let's see how we're going to be doing in damage. These cold enhanced guys, these risen gods, they stun you. Yeah, so definitely doing more damage. I like that. Can't wait to kill the boss and get to the itemization. So we should be going fast to try to finish this act. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the itemization before we get to the boss. Because it looks like these guys are taking a little bit longer to die now. And I don't want to die at the boss. Or even take longer. So it will be worth finishing this act. See a trick here too? Is you see how I'm aggroing the guys from across the wall with burst of light? So that way they all funnel to me. That's really good. It's like a mini Lancer. You're pretty much a Lancer. That way all the mobs come in and combine. It's like there's some lag or frame rate issues also with so many mobs. Like the game starts to slow down. So I'll have to report that as well. Yeah, I'm playing a little careful because I don't want to die in there. Oh, one thing I forgot, obviously, is to put Soul Spurn on your action bar. Let's see if we actually get an absorb shield from it after. When I cast it. Let's see if that's working. Or how it shows. Yeah, 90 absorb shield with it. Pretty cool. So the more mobs obviously you Soul Spurn on. Let's see if we can get a big shield here. Yeah, 452 shield. The more, you know, life you get. So that's pretty much 100% of my health. And then the absorb shield with Soul Spurn. So you can see how tanky you become as the white mage as you're leveling. And you want to wait to pop Soul Spurn, like right here when I'm in the middle of a pack. That's when you want to do it. That way you get the massive absorb shield up on you. So that way in case you get, you know, a lot of hits, you absorb all that damage. I literally doubled my health with that skill. Ooh, a lot of keys in that chest, okay. Pop Soul Spurn there. Like the game caught up now. Nice, look at that burst. Pretty crazy. So looks like that's it. That's the end of this dungeon. Oh. Okay, then we exit. Let's see if this brings us back. Okay, so that brought us back to the correct spot. Alright, so let's apply 2 more skill points here. The most damage you're going to get now while leveling, obviously you can't put any more in Fanatism. So just from experience, I'm going to put more into Chain Lightning because it's free damage when we heal. And it's just going to keep chaining and dealing massive damage. So we'll put points into that. And we'll do some itemization here as well. So we have no neck, no helm. So because we filtered to only legendaries, so you're not going to be getting that many item drops anymore, which is fine. So this is a massive legendary. Look at that, I got 8% magic, 30 magic. Look what it's going to do to our damage on Burst of Light. 170. $186. But what was it at? 384. So from 339 to 384, we get 50 damage off of one item. But you definitely want to put this on. Weapon, 1% crit, poison. We do get plus 39 energy, 5% crit rate, health after kill, and an additional CDR with this book of spells. So we'll definitely put it on. We're going to lose the 23 magic damage, but the damage overall and the attack speed is going to be worth it. So since the biggest upgraded items are at the top of your screen, at the top of your list, you don't really have to filter down too much. So comparing it to the Spellblade, 2% energy, 53 magic. I would lose massive attack speed, but I would get a lot of mana after kill and armor. Let's see what it does, even though it's saying it's going to be a downgrade. I'm at 423. So let's equip it, even though we think it's going to be more, less. So that's 528. You see the difference? So the item said, right, this is telling you it's going to be a bigger up DPS increase. Okay, so you put that on, you have 423. Then you put on this book. The reason why is you got energy, you have 53 magic damage, and the white mage, everything scales with magic damage and energy. And even us telling you you're going to lose damage with it, we're at 423. Put it on, 528. We actually gained 105 damage from putting it on. That's why you can't really go by, you know, those numbers. You have to really know what's happening to gain more damage. And look at this, even this book, I would lose the 53 flat damage, so that wouldn't be worth it. So anything that gives you like flat magic damage and percent magic damage is huge. So I got no chest, no shield. We did get a belt, so we get more stam and max health. So that's a pretty good belt for more survivability. And no boots. So that's fine, I'm okay with that. So our damage just literally almost doubled. Just from those items. So let's see now. Look at that. Mobs are getting melted now. I'll pick up the quest. I gotta find the key and then open a box. Make sure you pick up the copper. This zone is just dark. There's the key. It's all so the quest objectives and items are always in pink on the mini-map. So I picked up the key. You open up the map, and then you can see on the mini-map there at the bottom, the box is down there to open. Careful with these spike balls, they do so much damage here. You can see how much damage I'm doing compared to before. And here's the box. Now we go and turn it in. Let's see, we got 1800 experience. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna pick up the large beer. Getting the checkpoint. You're going to have to come back here. I'm gonna use Soul Spurn here. I didn't even have time to use Soul Spurn because the burst of light just killed everything. With the chain lightning, so it's pretty strong. Yeah, with how strong I am now, just with those, you know, 2 items I swapped there, or 3 items, which was the belt, the charm, right, and the weapon, just night and day difference. So if you are leveling alone and you have the time and the luxury to, you know, do some item management quick, do it, because it's going to save you a lot more time in the long run, right? But when we're in a bunch of group of players and they're just swapping items in and out as we're leveling, nobody wants to wait for anybody, and this is a game where you have to be in the same zone as the other player to get credit for killing the boss. So you don't want to miss that. So you'll always, you know, rush, rush, rush. And then we do the item management once we kill the boss in town. And then we sell everything in our bags, and then we go right back in. But if you're not under a rush with anybody, and you're playing solo, definitely do what I just did. Because you can see, you're going to save time. Because the damage you're going to be dealing is so much higher. We went from, you know, taking a couple of seconds to kill the mobs to just one-shotting everything out. Pretty good. We're level 30. We're halfway there. And the levels really start to pick up as you get higher, believe it or not. Because you get a lot more experience. The density on the maps are a lot higher. Oh, I got stunned. I love how Burst of Light goes through walls, so you're dealing damage to everything that's not even within your line of sight. Really cool. Level 31. That was Chain Lightning proc there. Let's take the risk on the double statue. Please be 50% experienced. Oh, 30% experience gain. So that's where it pays off. So when you hit a statue like that and you get 30% experience gain for a minute, you see the timer at the bottom? You do not want to pick up another double statue now. Because if you get like, you could get a negative, right? And just lose that bonus. But once you get that, you want to go, 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 go. And just keep killing mobs. And leech as much experience as possible. You definitely want to get the nunchuck. I'm going to go back for it to exit the map. You want that 5% attack speed. It's pretty massive. So we still have 26 seconds of experience gain. So you want to take advantage of that as much as possible. This level 32, obviously without dying, right? You do not want to die. Yeah, it's going to drop here, so we're going to go back and just kill these guys to get the experience. There we go. That was really good. So before I go into the next map, I'm just going to apply the talent points quick. Chain Lightning is going to be the biggest damage and free damage while healing. So we want to put a free point in here because the more healing you do, the more benediction damage you deal, the more lightning damage you deal as well. So we'll put 1 point into it while leveling. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll dump the rest into Chain Lightning now. Alright. That's just free damage as you're healing and absorbing and all of that. One thing I want to check. We'll do it here once Soul Spurn comes up. I want to see if Soul Spurn procs benediction. I don't think it will, but that would be really cool if Wooksy did that. Ah, the freaking guy killed him. Yeah, I would have to leech life from a mob, right? Obviously, to see. No, it just puts an absorb shield. Let me see. And it does not, yeah. It's fine. That would be awesome if it did. Maybe I can recommend that to him. Oh, stunned. This is my healing potion. I remember going back in the other video I made and I got almost killed in a dungeon, and I did not use my healing potion. Rusty, boys, rusty. But you always want to have that on deck. So this stage here, obviously with the Grim Reaper, you have to go right, click the right lever, then the gate on the left will open, and then once you click the gate, the lever on the left, then the gate to the boss opens. If you have a Mario pipe, which is amazing for leveling, you can just hop through the gates while killing the trash, wait for the cooldown, hop it again, and you don't have to do the levers. That's also a neat trick that we do while leveling. Well, the music sounds so loud here on the boss. Look at the cast timer for the boss down here. Might want to move. I'm actually going to move that to the middle of my screen after, I think. Not now, obviously, because I don't want to die. Oh, and then I did it. Ah. Oh, no. Well, now that we died, we'll just go back and do it. So now that I died and lost my relics, I'll go ahead and pick up the Spirit Skull. Wow. So that right there, guys, is what not to do while leveling. That's why you don't open menus, you don't try to move action bars around. But, oh, I have it here on the screen. Yeah, so I'm going to set it up probably down here. We'll see. So that way we get to see exactly when the boss is got. Actually, I have it here when I'm doing, like, when I'm playing WoW. I have my Wii covers and timers on the right. We'll see how that works. So the punishing thing about dying in this game is the relics. Obviously, you lose all the relics, the movement speed relics, all that, and it does affect you. So now I'll pick up the King Carp head. Alright, so let's see. So I got the buffs, the timers here. Let's see how that works. So I'll put a portal. Another trick is you always put a portal before you fight the boss. In case you do die or something happens, you come right back. Let me put the last talent point in here. And we usually put the portal inside his room. Especially if your friends need to port to you and all that. Oh, lost the book of Belial, everything. See if the timer is the death coil in 2 seconds. Is that really accurate? Yeah, I don't know if I actually like. I'll have to go back in the video after. I don't think that's accurate. Maybe I'll put it on the left.
A test of faith. Hardly.
Okay. So we're level 33 and we just finished Act 2. Let's do some item manny here. Really didn't pick up anything because, you know, no legendaries are dropping. So again, I chose that because I didn't want to keep spammed through items. But you know, you can certainly keep on the rare items so you can get bigger upgrades. I'm gonna put the abilities back here actually again, so it's not in my way. Well, there you have it, guys. Another leveling series. That one's from level 20 to 33. I have other videos recorded, okay, which will be a part 2 of this. And we have like 10 talent points or 11 talent points saved up to put in. We're gonna do it together on the video so you guys can see. But man, the White Mage is shaping up to be a monster for season 12. I really like the changes. But anyways, I hope you guys like the series. I hope it helps you guys. Till next time, roll deep. Woo!